Have you ever wondered what would happen if three of the most overwhelmingly powerful villains from comics clashed in an epic free-for-all? Today, we're putting that to the test. In one corner, we have the hell-powered antihero, Spawn. In another, the ancient and ever-evolving mutant, Apocalypse. And in the third, the psychic entity of pure malevolent power, Onslaught. This is a battle of biblical proportions, so let's break it down. First up is Spawn, Al Simmons. After making a deal with the demon Malebolgia, he was reborn with incredible powers. His suit, Leda of the 7th House of K, is a living symbiotic organism. It can create chains, spikes, and virtually any weapon he can imagine. It also grants him superhuman strength, speed, and durability, plus a healing factor that makes him nearly immortal. But his true power comes from necroplasm, a magical substance that fuels his reality-warping abilities. He can teleport, shapeshift, and manipulate matter. The only catch? His power is finite. Once he uses up all his necroplasm, he's sent back to hell. However, at his peak, especially in his godlike form, his power becomes virtually limitless, allowing him to reshape the universe itself. Next, we have Insaba Nur, better known as Apocalypse. As one of the very first mutants, he's ancient and has amassed incredible power over millennia. Thanks to celestial technology, he has complete control over his molecular structure. This allows him to shapeshift, regenerate from almost any injury, and adapt his body to counter any threat. He possesses immense superhuman strength, durability, and a genius-level intellect. Apocalypse can also project and absorb energy, use telekinesis, and is a powerful telepath. He's a master strategist who believes only the strong should survive, and he has the power to enforce that philosophy. He's gone toe-to-toe with entire teams of X-Men and even cosmic beings. Finally, we have the terrifying Onslaught. Onslaught isn't a person in the traditional sense. He is a sentient psionic entity created from the consciousness of two of the most powerful mutants ever, Professor Charles Xavier and Magneto. This fusion resulted in a being with the combined, amplified powers of both. We're talking telepathy and telekinesis on a scale that can shatter reality. Onslaught can create psionic armor, manipulate magnetic fields, warp reality, and has immeasurable physical strength. He was so powerful that it took the combined might of the Avengers, the Fantastic Four, and the X-Men just to stop him, and even then, it required a massive sacrifice. So who wins this colossal clash? Let's imagine the battle. Initially, Apocalypse's sheer physical power and adaptive abilities would make him a huge threat. He could likely withstand many of Spawn's initial attacks. Onslaught, being a psionic entity, might see them both as physical threats to be dismantled on a molecular or mental level. His telepathy would be a major weapon, but would it work on Spawn, who is protected by demonic magic and his symbiotic suit? It's debatable. Here's how I see it playing out. Apocalypse and Spawn would likely clash first. It would be a brutal, drawn-out fight. Apocalypse's ability to adapt is a huge advantage, but Spawn's necromagic is a form of power that Apocalypse hasn't frequently encountered. While they're busy tearing each other apart, Onslaught would be analyzing them, growing stronger and warping the battlefield to his will. The crucial factor for Spawn is his limited necroplasm. A prolonged fight against a regenerating, adapting foe like Apocalypse would drain him quickly. However, if this is Spawn at his most powerful, the God Spawn version, the tables turn dramatically. At that level, his power is infinite, and he can simply will his opponents out of existence. But let's stick to their standard, yet still formidable, versions. I believe Onslaught holds the ultimate advantage. His nature as a psionic entity makes him incredibly difficult to harm physically. While Spawn has magic and Apocalypse has celestial tech, Onslaught's power operates on a fundamental reality-bending level. He could mentally assault both of them simultaneously. He could turn Apocalypse's own molecular control against him or trap Spawn in a psychic prison where his necroplasm is useless. In the end, while Spawn and Apocalypse would put up a fight for the ages, Onslaught's combined power set is just too vast and overwhelming. He possesses the raw power of a god and the malevolent intellect to use it to its full, devastating potential. He could simply absorb their energy or deconstruct them atom by atom. But that's just my take. Who do you think would be left standing in this epic free-for-all? Let me know your winner in the comments below. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, And ring the bell so you don't miss our next epic battle. Thanks for watching.